starting?
Okay, it's starting.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for this.
Oh my god. So, a little introductions as the episode's about to kick off for ourselves. My name's Chris. I am It's That Gay Chef here on Instagram. And I work at Bravo. So, we thought that one of the fun things that we could start watching is The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yes.
And I'm working with a lovely other person.
I'm Weston from At Flower and Fame. I'm an event producer, and I started this blog, and we connected, and we just thought it'd be fun to do this little Whisk and Watch series where we sort of teach you guys how to make something tasty and drink something delicious while watching something dramatic.
Yeah, so it's a really fun premiere. I worked a lot on this episode. I've watched it a few times, and every single time I watch it, I legitimately laugh out loud.
So basically today what we're going to be making is in honor of Salt Lake City. We're going to make for our dessert a salted caramel chocolate molten cake. And all of that sort of starts with making your own salted caramel. This is something that you can use in a variety of different recipes. You can put on brownies, you can make it and put it on ice cream, sort of whatever you want.
Hey, Justin.
So we wanted to start off with this because typically this needs to chill and sort of get a little thick and harder, but we don't have that much time. So we're going to do this and throw it in the freezer and sort of hope it all comes together. So with this, we're going to start off with a sort of a small saucepan. I like these all metal ones. It just sort of helps with keeping the temperature all sort of even. I hope you guys have pre-arranged all your ingredients. It's going to make it a lot easier. So this caramel, I think is what you consider a wet caramel sauce. So we are going to start off with the sugar that you have hopefully portioned out. I believe it's 3/4 cup. And a 1/4 cup of water. And a tablespoon of lemon juice. The lemon juice actually will help prevent your caramel from crystallizing. If you've ever made caramel sauce before, sometimes it can crystallize and get all messy and literally looks like rock candy. This acid will help. So we're going to put that over the stove. We're going to turn up our heat to like a medium low, and we are going to basically just kind of whisk the sugar until it's completely dissolved, and then essentially we're just going to let it sit, and it is going to sit. You don't want to touch it that much. There are a few things you can do if your caramel starts to get on the edge, and we'll tell you about those tips as we're going along. But for the start, what you want to do is you just want this sugar to dissolve over this low heat, occasionally whisking before we basically do not touch it anymore.
So while we're waiting, Weston, we just watched the taglines for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. If you had to pick a tagline for yourself, what would it be?
What would it be? Okay, sorry, I heard like a buzzer, but I think that's the show.
That was my dryer.
Oh, that was, okay. We have like one ear trying to watch the easy Okay, so this is very easy for me. I've known this tagline forever. I know Andy Cohen is not watching, but maybe one day he will. And so my name is Weston, and so my tagline will be, the sun may rise on the east, but it always sets on west.
Oh, that's good. I like
what would yours be?
So I feel like a lot of people, especially if you're gay and living like in a city with a ton of other gays, everyone has like their like sassy gay tagline. That's something like, I may be a bottom, but I always end up on top. Like shit like that. That's not the angle that I take with mine. Mine is about my background, which is my dad's a cop and my brother's a cop, randomly enough. And I like to take a little bit of a sassy, fun angle. It's going to sound like an alcoholic, but it is.
I love it.
You'll never catch me behind bars. I just black out at them.
Love. That's a great one. Like Lisa's, I'm obsessed with hers. If you take cheap shots, you always expect a hangover. It's so good.
So good. So for anyone who doesn't know, Lisa Barlow is one of the housewives on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She owns a tequila company, so we thought it'd be fun for her tagline if it played into that. So it's no cheap shots.
No cheap shots.
If you take cheap shots, you can always expect a hangover.
Caramel is just in general very tricky. So mine is you're basically going to want it to come to a very dark amber, but it can go from like dark amber good to burnt in like seconds. So
well, I'm not at caramel yet. I'm just saying I'm dissolved. My sugar is.
Oh, okay.
I'm not at caramel yet. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm dissolved too.
Well, that's going off a little bit. Should we move into a little bit of a cocktail, or should we?
Maybe we do a shot. I could do a shot.
Oh, I'm down for that. Lisa is a tequila owner, a tequila brand owner, rather. She owns a couple different brands, one of which is Ciudad Tequila, which she had sent us over a bottle, so thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. You're our favorite.
And there's Vita Tequila, Ciudad Tequila, Ola Tequila. They're working on a vodka brand right now, so there's a lot of really fun stuff. If you want to check them out, it's really good. I bought a bottle of the Anejo, and I've already made a decent chunk through it. It is amazing to sip on. And I'm not just saying this. We're not sponsored by her by any means. It is just very good tequila. So I would check it out. But I am down to do a shot.
I'm like so focused on the caramel, I'm shook. This is a lot to do.
I need to take a look at it.
Cheers.
This is a big shot. Cheers, everyone.
Oh, wow. That's a good tequila.
That's really good tequila. Like normally,
really good.
If I take a tequila shot at a bar, I might throw up. It might have happened once in my life.
So you guys, with your caramel, you should start to see it bubbling pretty vigorously now. Like Chris had mentioned, if the sugars or anything, and you start to see any burning around the edges, you can always use a little pastry brush that's wet and kind of pull it down. I don't know if you do this technique. I do this, but sometimes I just get stressed out. I don't want to whisk it, but you can sort of shimmy your pan slightly back and forth to sort of break up some of those bubbles. So that's something that I've always done. Okay, I feel like I got to get into this episode. So what are they doing? We're meeting.
All right, so right now we are meeting Meredith Marks and her husband Seth.
She's the other brunette. I feel like
they're going on a little hike right now, but we got to, if you were following along with the show already, we met Jen Shaw, who is married to Coach Shaw. She's fabulous. She's a big personality. You're going to see a really great story arc with her this season. And right now we're meeting Meredith Marks. She's a world-known jewelry designer who's based out of Salt Lake City. She has a store that's hit up by a lot of celebrities in downtown Salt Lake City. And she has like a very regal presence to her. So, Weston, you actually know one of the Housewives, Lisa. Is that correct?
I do. Lisa, like I said, I am an event producer. Obviously, COVID events were like the first thing off the table. And I didn't really know what to do. I love to cook, so I was cooking. But before that, like I said, I did events. I used to do Sundance, and that is where I met Lisa in Salt Lake City. I hired her to do an event. Super sweet, super amazing. I was like, this girl is... She was like, I have a tequila brand. I have this. I'll help you with this. She was just so on the go. I was like, this girl is going places. So that's how I know Lisa.
She actually has a really fun story. She's originally from New York, so you'll get that super heavy New York accent. She's her ancestry is Jewish, but she and her mom and family converted to Mormonism. And right now, I think she claims to be Mormon 2.0. So she owns a tequila brand. It's a little bit less strict, but it's a very interesting perspective in the Mormon church.
Oh my God, my friend Dawn just said she can't get enough of my longer hair. For anyone who knows me, this is insane. Like, insane. I have not gotten a haircut since COVID because I'm terrified and I'm an adult and I understand we're in the middle of a pandemic. So I have wild hair. So thank you for acknowledging that, Dawn. There's literally bobby pins in here.
I only know you with long hair, so I don't have anything to base it off of.
Wait until this pandemic is over. I'm gonna get this hair fixed. I'm gonna get this face lifted. Like, I'm ready.
My issue is that my roommate was cutting my hair throughout the pandemic, and she left yesterday to go back to Florida for the holidays. So
with your
I
dog.
might be joining you in the long hair club very soon.
Yes, it's a commitment. I'm not going to lie. Okay, this girl Jen, I feel like she's gonna be wild, and I'm here for it.
She is made for television. If you are looking for that one loud, will say what you're thinking kind of personality in the show, it is the Jen Shaw. She is fabulous. She will just get in your face and have zero F's about it.
What is she having done right now?
So right now she's at Heather Gay. She's another Housewives. She owns a collection of med spas called Beauty Lab. And so I think she's getting Botox in her armpits to prevent sweating.
Sweating. Oh my God, that's what I need.
I've never gotten Botox, and I feel like I need to because look at all these folds on my forehead.
Oh, I have a key. So for people who know me, who are tuned in, I'm like obsessed with hairspray, and I've been using hairspray forever, and I feel like using it so much has almost like frozen my forehead.
Is that a thing?
I believe it. I mean, it's not, I'm not a scientist by any means. So do you guys see how like yellowy it's getting? So it's gonna get like real dark real soon. So this is now when I'm going to loosely be watching the show and mostly be watching my caramel, because if this burns, I don't really have a backup. This is my stage when I start to do that like shaking motion, but not crazy. If you do it too much, you're gonna get a lot of the caramel on the edge and that will burn. So just gonna loosely shake this.
I just did a shot, so I'm a little bit loose.
I mean, I'm about to do another shot. This caramel sauce just takes so damn long. Okay, mine's getting real close, y'all.
Oh, that looks
so this
beautiful.
is not dark enough. But I remember the first time I made caramel, I'm like, oh, this looks like an amber. No, ma'am, this is not an amber. This is like, I don't know what it is, but it's not amber. So if your caramel sauce is almost done, you should really have your 2 tablespoons of butter and, oh God, how much milk was it? A quarter cup of milk? A quarter cup of heavy whipping cream and 2 tablespoons of butter. So you should have that ready to go because you're gonna remove this from the heat and whisk that in, and be careful because it's gonna like steam. It's literally gonna steam and like bubble up. Okay, so I think I'm ready to pull mine off. It's pretty dark. Like, pretty dark. Yeah, I'm pulling mine off. See how dark that is?
Yes!
Okay, so you keep going with yours. I pulled mine off. Whoa, this arm is wild. I should definitely be adding this in. So now I'm gonna add in the 2 tablespoons of butter and a quarter cup of heavy whipping cream. If I was looking over it, that would have been like, I don't even know. Wild. Oh my God, who's getting married?
So, this is Whitney Rose, the cousin to Heather Gay, who we just met at Beauty Lab. She is a firecracker as well.
She seems like it. So once you've whisked that in, you can then go ahead and add your teaspoon of kosher salt to make this salted caramel. If you don't have sea salt flakes. If you don't have that, you can use kosher salt. I don't think it really matters all that much.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with flaky salt is it's a texture thing for a lot of dishes. I think it'll dissolve a bit. So Heather and Whitney, they come from a very long line of like really high up people in the Mormon church. And so neither one of them are really as highly looked at in the Mormon church because of their past. So for Whitney, which we just found out, she was having an affair with her now husband at the time. They were both married to other people. They had an affair, got married, had a family, beautiful family. So they were excommunicated from the church because of that. And then Heather got divorced from her husband, who comes from a very long line of like the upper echelon of the Mormon church. I'm going to show the viewers. So mine is all whisked in. Also, my sound for Salt Lake City went off. So I'm going to try and
thing. So essentially you're going to we're going to take our caramel sauce. Normally I would let this come to room temperature and kind of thicken up over a few hours. But because we're low on time, I'm going to pour it in one of these little heat-proof, safe Tupperware glasses, like deli containers. You can use a bowl, you can use whatever. But I'm going to suggest we put it in the freezer and just hope it works. Let's see how this looks. Hopefully I don't spill any. Oh my god, yum!
Oh, that looks so good. Oh my god, so right now on Housewives, Jen's assistant Stuart is probably my favorite character on this show, hands down. He is iconic, and I cannot wait for America to fall in love with him.
Okay, so mine is done, so I'm going to go ahead and put mine in the freezer, and hopefully we'll see how it comes out soon.
Ready?
Oh,
look
wow,
at that.
look at that color.
Decadent. Let's do a cocktail. What do you say?
Let's do it.
We're going to start with a shaker for our cocktail. If you don't have a home bar and you don't have a shaker, you can do it in a couple of glasses and pour it back and forth. Essentially, we're just going to be mixing everything together. And so what we're going to start with first is a small handful of blueberries, about 12. And we're going to put that in the bottom of the glass.
That was good.
We're going to take about half a shot of lime juice. And you put that in the bottom of your shaker. And this is before you put in the ice, because you might think like, oh, I should put in ice now. And so then what you're going to do with that is you're going to muddle it together. So basically what muddling means is you take a muddler, which Weston has right now. Again, I'm a little bit janky today, so I'm going to be using the back of a spoon. And so basically what the point of this is you're breaking up the blueberries to release a lot of their juices into the cocktail. And you don't have to do it so finely that it's just completely all homogenous. I find it fun to have a little bit of chunks in it as well to get this texture. And you're getting, a beautiful purple color. I just poured some out on the ground. So then right now we're going to add in 2 shots of tequila, preferably Ciudad or Vida tequila. Thank you again, Lisa Barlow, for that.
Literally, I have both.
Oh,
this is the Vida brand. I got a custom bottle with my name on it from that queen. Love.
And I also always think of Sandra Lee. Do you know that meme where she's just like,
and
a
2
shot
shots
of tequila.
It's the whole bottle. Yeah.
So good. So you're going to do 2 shots of tequila. And then you're going to add about a shot and a half of water.
Yep.
And then you're going to add about a 1/4 shot of agave. So what's great about this cocktail recipe that Weston actually put together is tequila comes from the agave plant. So if you use agave as a sweetener, you're really enhancing that flavor profile. But if you don't have agave, like I went out and bought this for this, if you don't have agave, you can use something like a simple syrup as well, as long as you're sweetening the cocktail. So a simple syrup is kind of what we did with caramel. It's equal parts water and sugar, and you cook it until it's dissolved, and then you cool it down, and that's your simple syrup. But we're going to use about a 1/4 shot of this agave into our shaker. Thanks for doing
like I'm doing like food porn.
And then you're going to fill your shaker with ice. And we're going to shake. It's going to get loud for a second. Instead of using the strainer, because you want all those like nice little pieces of blueberry in your drink, you're just going to pour it directly into your glass.
Directly in. I mean, how gorgeous is this color?
It's beautiful.
Oh my god, look how perfect that was. I hope everyone saw that.
I got my little Real Housewives of Salt Lake City glass here to celebrate as well.
Where's mine?
Sorry. One day. If you lean in and work hard enough, I'll get you one. Cheers, everyone. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. Cheers.
You know what? We forgot to put like a nice salted rim on it, but I don't need that sodium.
Yeah. It's a little fun thing. I'm just using a little metal straw with mine.
You gotta save the turtles.
Save the turtles. Oh my god, this is so good.
So should we start with the rest of the molten cake?
Let's do it. Before we start on the cake, really fun story, which you're getting right now on Salt Lake City Housewives. Mary Cosby, she's one of our housewives on the show. Her claim to fame in Salt Lake City, allegedly, from Whitney, who just said that in her interview.
Allegedly.
The fact that she married her step-grandfather. So Mary Cosby is, she's a descendant from a long line of people who owned churches, like Christian churches in Salt Lake City. And she, in her grandmother's will, basically it said you can have this empire so long as you just take care and marry my husband, which was her step-grandfather, not her biological grandfather. So she's married to her step-grandfather. That's her little fun fact.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's start baking.
Okay. So first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to preheat our oven to 425. It's gonna get really hot in here. I'm probably gonna start sweating.
I'm into it.
So
oh my god, Rob,
essentially,
so funny.
We're making molten cakes. You kind of need small ramekins. I have these size. They're about 3 inches wide, 4 inches wide. I think, Chris, you have like a different size.
So I have a little bit bigger, so I'm going to do 2. They're probably like one size up from there. So the big thing, obviously, with baking, it's going to take more time in the oven. So just be cognizant of that, depending on what your size is. Mine, I don't know how many cups. Maybe about 3 cups, 2 cups, 2.5. I have no idea. I'm very bad with that, which is why I could never use the metric system. But
I'm gonna take your little ramekins, and you're gonna take a few pats of butter that's at room temperature. Hopefully, this part's kind of like messy, but you're basically going to want to take your butter and you're going to coat the inside of all of these, so that way when these come out of the oven, they easily pop out. It's kind of messy, but whatever.
It's fun. That's part of the fun of cooking is you get your hands dirty, you get in it. It's the less manly version of, I feel like, doing extensive yard work and everything. You're getting dirty, you're getting in it.
I'm gonna say I'm loving the fashion of Salt Lake City.
Oh, they really bring it. Like, you'll see Mary has she basically turned her master bedroom into a closet, a giant walk-in closet. So you get to see a lot of great fashion. Jen also really brings it this season. You get to see a lot of fun.
Oh, did she just flash us?
What happened?
Oh, I think she like flashed us her boobs.
Oh, yeah.
Are you almost done there?
I am all done. I'm all greased. I'm greased and ready to go.
So these can now just be sort of set aside. And next up, we are going to melt. So we're going to use a double boiler, the double boiler technique. Oh my god, those 2 shots really got to me.
Did I need to do that shot? I'm like already flooded.
Well, I also did a shot when you were making the cocktail. I was like, oh, 3 shots.
Okay. Get it, girl.
So, okay, so again, you just need a small saucepan, and you need a heat-safe bowl, like a Pyrex or something, that fits in it. You know, you don't want it to dip too low. And essentially you're gonna fill this up with like an inch, maybe 1.5 inches of water. You don't want this bowl to actually sit in the water. You want it to be below the water, if that makes sense. You're gonna add a stick of butter. Butter, as Miss Lila says, butter.
And so we're using a double boiler, obviously, we're going to be melting chocolate right now, but a lot of people might try to take the shortcut of just doing it in the microwave. Weston, why do you think people should take the time to use a double boiler?
Well, not only am I someone who just dislikes microwave for I have one, obviously, but it's not going to heat it at the same temperature. You're going to have to do it in increments. Your chocolate can seize. There can be moisture. There's like all these things that could go wrong, that when you do it with a double broiler, you're going to have more control over it. So you have your stick of butter, about 1.5 cups of chocolate. I'm using a dark chocolate. you can use whatever you want. If you have milk, semi-sweet.
I got some Ghirardelli. I splurged and didn't use store brand for the first time in basically my entire life.
Coffee can really help enhance the flavor of chocolate. So I'm adding about a teaspoon of instant coffee. This, you don't have to add it. You don't have to add it if you don't have it. I just like it.
And you'll find it too in a lot of chocolate chip recipes. If you're really trying to, like you were saying, enhance that flavor of chocolate, coffee, it's not going to taste like coffee. You're not going to eat this and be like, I definitely taste coffee. It's a similar kind of situation to adding salt into your food where you don't notice that flavor up front, or lemon juice or lime juice into a dish. You don't notice that flavor up front, but it really does help enhance the other flavors for sure.
Yeah, it definitely helps. So you're going to then put that over a low heat on top of your water. You can turn it to like a very low setting because you don't need it rapidly boiling. It's going to melt everything and it's sort of all going to come together. Oh my gosh, not all my chocolate came out. So you're just kind of going to let this go. It'll probably take like 3 to 5 minutes for it all to get together. Be careful. Don't touch your heat-safe proof bowl. It's going to get hot. So if you do need to
hold it, yeah, use a towel or a hot mitt or something.
Exactly.
Oh my god, this is my favorite scene from this episode, by the way.
Okay, I'm watching.
Jen Shaw runs a very tight ship, and I'm borderline obsessed.
I'm here for it.
She has like a whole staff, and right now she's throwing a giant birthday party in her home without her husband knowing. So, mad respect, because I do similar shit like that when my roommate's not home.
Third assistant? I can't even get one assistant.
I know. She has a couple assistants, which is, again, like, iconic and fabulous.
I'm just trying to understand what's really going on between these two. Where are they? Are they doing like a boudoir party or something?
No, so they're at Jen's house. Jen is throwing a birthday party for Meredith at her house. And so Heather is stopping by just to check in on how the party setup is going.
Got it.
And so right now they're talking about how Lisa doesn't remember Meredith from school, even though they were friends in school.
Is she doing like a Mariah Carey, I don't know her?
Yeah, basically.
Love
so
that.
Lisa basically saying about Heather, like, oh, I don't remember her, like...
Yikes.
She's getting not only strippers for the party, she's getting Tongan strippers for the party because she has Tongan roots. So she's throwing a party for somebody else, but she's catering it towards her own background, which, again, is iconic. Iconic.
That's a woman after my own heart. Like, that's me. Like, I know this is the most cliche gay thing ever, but like, when is your birthday?
August 29th. I'm a Virgo.
You're a Virgo?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I'm August 11th. I'm a Leo.
Okay.
But see, if I was going to throw you a party, I would throw like a lion themed party, maybe, you know?
I love it. I love it. Are Virgos like fun? No, Virgos are not fun. They're notoriously not fun. Oh my god, I'm turning.
Are they not?
Well, I mean, Virgo the Virgin, no? Aren't you supposed to be... I'm not into astrology, so I don't know a lot of the background, but I feel like Virgo the Virgin, it just sounds boring, but...
I'm like the cliche gay. Like, I have like 12 astrology books in here. I have like 18 plants. It's wild.
I wish. I want to be that gay, but... Alas. Oh my god. I'm obsessed with Meredith. I'm obsessed with all of these. Like, all these housewives... I'm not saying this because I work on it, because I do work on a lot of other shows that I'm not, like, selling to you right now. They're all very iconically funny in their own way, which makes this such a great ensemble show, because they're all such different characters, and they're giving you such different things. So, even if you're not a Housewives fan, I do suggest that you check it out, because it is a really fun watch, and you're going to find yourself tied to the drama at times, and then also hysterically laughing at other times. And there's very few shows that I say that about. Like, I worked on Schitt's Creek. Like,
how's your chocolate doing? Is yours pretty much melted? Because mine's melted.
Oh, I'm like a couple minutes, maybe about a minute away. There's like a few more chunks.
Oh, no, keep going. I'll just tell them. So it should be like this, you know, completely mixed together. And I'm just going to take this and just sort of set it aside and just let that sit. And we will wait for the next step. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to take like a medium-sized mixing bowl. That's flour. Medium-sized mixing bowl, and we are going to crack 3 room temperature eggs into the mixing bowl. I always use Vital Farms. Shout out to them. I have something fun coming with them soon. But we're going to use room temperature eggs, and you want to crack them in now. I always start off with these because if I get a shell in there, especially after having a cocktail, I can easily fetch it out.
Okay, real talk. Can you crack an egg with one hand, yes or no?
No, I wish. We are going to add 1/3 cup of dark brown or light brown sugar, dark brown sugar. It doesn't really matter.
I think it's dark brown sugar.
I use a dark brown sugar. I like it has a little bit more of a molasses-y taste. And then we're going to add I believe, a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we are going to whisk this with a whisk.
And so you're going to be adding like a little bit of air into this as well. So that's like partially what you're going to see the difference between.
Yeah, like right now it's really dark.
And so as you keep whisking it, it's going to get a little bit lighter because it's going to be like having air folded into it.
It's a good arm workout.
Truly.
Oh my god, this is so much work. Mine's getting kind of close.
Yeah, I'm looking good over here as well.
Wait, this is a Tongan themed party?
Yeah, so essentially it's Meredith Mark's birthday party, who's a very amazing, nice white woman. And her birthday party is very Tongan because, you know, if you're going to throw a party for somebody, at least you can add your own mix to it.
I get it. Okay, so mine's pretty much light. Mine's gotten a lot lighter in color. So I'm going to just move on to the next part. So the next part is you're going to take your now somewhat cooled down chocolate butter mixture, and you're going to slowly stream it in. If this is super hot, it's going to make your eggs more scrambled, so just make sure you don't do that. Okay, make sure you get all that chocolate in. Mine's pretty much all good and mixed in. How's yours?
I'm looking good.
Okay.
It's nice and thick.
Nice and thick. So now we're going to add in our flour, which I know is a super weird amount. It's about 1/4 cup and 2 tablespoons. And you're going to use a spatula to fold it in. You don't need to like whisk it anymore. You don't want to overdo it. So you're just going to add this in.
And so a lot of people talk about the reason why specifically with this you want to make sure that you fold it in gently is because flour has gluten. And so the more you work gluten, the more it's going to get tough and it's going to be less enjoyable to eat.
And you probably should have run your flour through a sifter if you remember.
Yes.
Also, half my flour didn't even make it in, but it's fine. Okay, so...
What does Bob Ross say? Happy little accidents?
Exactly. That's what we're going to go with. So now what you can do is you can go ahead and get your buttered ramekins and get those out. And we're also going to grab our caramel sauce and hope that it's at a better state. Ooh, I think mine's pretty decent. Yours might have to like mix it a little bit. But like, see how much thicker this is than it was before? You're essentially going to want to fill in these ramekins just a little below halfway full. You can use like an ice cream scoop. I have this thing that can just pour, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, my caramel's thick with 8 C's. Like look at that.
Oh, yours is good.
Oh, it's thick with 18 C's.
You want to create a divot. You want to create a divot in this, so that way we can add the caramel sauce and it hopefully doesn't spread too thin. I'm probably going to add about a teaspoon. I feel like Chris can probably add a little bit more because his is a little bit bigger.
So remember when I said I wanted to stick my finger in the caramel? I'm going to do it now.
Now you can.
Look at that.
You guys can make this for like a cute, well, I guess not eating right now. So then once you've added the caramel, now you're going to add the rest of your batter on top to cover it. Ooh, there's clearly drama happening right now.
Oh, this is a good part.
Isn't
So
it?
basically, Mary told Jen that she didn't want to talk to her because she smelled like a hospital, like the smell of hospital. But my Jen smelled like hospital because she was at the hospital with her aunt who raised her because her aunt got her legs amputated.
Wow.
Drama.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and now put mine in. And I'm going to cook these, gosh, I think I'm going to cook them for about 15 minutes.
And so because my ramekins are a little bit bigger, it's going to take a little bit longer.
Yeah. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes. Phew. Okay, we have them in.
Okay, I'm very excited on the fact that I have a decent amount of salted caramel left to...
Oh, yeah. That is the best part about this, is that now I have, like, you have all of this that you can use. The thing is we could have made it, we could have made it a lot less, but then it would have been really hard, and you can use this to make other stuff now. And you can just store this in the fridge. So, again, I'm just going to take mine now that it's done and just pop it in the fridge.
All right, so you're going for 15 minutes. I'm probably going to go for closer to 20. Alexa, stop timer.
Oh my God, you almost told my Alexa what to do.
Well, you gave me the time for yours and it. A caramel cocktail. Yeah, so there's actually a couple fun cocktails that I was for the holidays. One of which is a salted caramel martini. Or salted caramel apple martini. Sorry, obviously I've been drinking all night. And so you can use a little bit of that salted caramel mixture that we made. You just want to water it down a bit because it'll seize up in a shaker if you're using like a cocktail shaker to make it.
Oh,
so you want to water it down a little bit. So I would use the salted caramel with about equal parts water, turn it into a salted caramel syrup, and then use that as a sweetener for a apple cider martini. So just use, a shot of vodka and 2 shots of apple cider with the sweetener being the salted caramel, and you get like a salted caramel martini. I'm also like a little bit tipsy, I'm not gonna lie.
Me too. I might need to make another cocktail though.
Are you gonna make another one of the same?
I might just have tequila. I love tequila, you guys. I'm not joking. Like when I tell you I'm a tequila person, like I love tequila. This tequila is really great. It's really delicious. So I might just have some tequila over ice.
I'm very hit or miss with alcohol. So.
I feel like I'm always a hit with alcohol. Like, add it, I'm good. Just so you know, it's a tequila blanco.
But they do sell, I got the rest of the pack here. They sell a Reposado as well. So Denise Richards, be on the lookout. They sell a Reposado, which is really good too. And then and an Anejo as well, which
wow, you really stocked up.
I did. Fun fact I'll give you guys right now, the difference between tequila is a Blanco and an Anejo are on opposite ends, kind of, and then the Reposado's in the middle. It's based on how long it's aged. So a Blanco is aged for a short period of time. I think it's under a year. So that's why it's like white, and it's also aged in steel barrels. And then in Reposado is aged for like a year to 16 months or something like that.
Wow. And my last name is Gonzalez. I should know this, but I don't. So I'm just like, wow. I feel like I'm learning from you right now about all these tequilas.
And an añejo is, I think it's like 3 years aged.
I have a question. So for anyone who is tuning in, if you're enjoying this, what would you like us to see? What would you like to see us make next time? Or what cocktails are you interested in having us make? Keep in
Or
mind.
what
So
show?
or
What show do you want us to watch? And we can theme a night based on The Bachelorette or any random show. Like what show, what cocktail, or what dessert do you want to see us make? These women are so funny.
I love that. I'm into this series. I know a lot of people kind of at BravoCon were like, oh my God, Salt Lake City. Why not like Housewives of Denver or Chicago? I'm here for Salt Lake City. Like, I'm here for it.
The way I like to explain Salt Lake City to people who haven't seen it yet, obviously, because it just premiered tonight, is it's the perfect hybrid between Real Housewives of New York and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So if you like both of those, you're getting the drama from Beverly Hills, that sort of drama you're getting folded into it, and then you're getting the slapstick comedy of New York also folded into it.
Yeah, they seem very like snappy and like quick. They seem very quick.
They're perfect for television.
They're literally all fighting on TV right now. Like Andy's about to mute them. They're wilding out. Wait, Chris, I have a shot ski.
Wait, do you really?
I literally have a shot ski in my closet.
I'm obsessed. I wish.
When this is all over, like, we're going to have to do this, like, together and do shot ski.
Sign me up. Oh my God, Alex! My upstairs neighbor just said hi. Hi, Alex. I hope you are not annoyed by the volume of my voice right now.
Oh, I know. I'm literally screaming inside my apartment.
I know. I've been screaming. I'm losing my voice right now. That's why I'm like, please don't hate me.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. That's my Alexa. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Alexa hates me. So you want to see the center. It should start to like sink a little bit, if that makes sense.
Yes.
These are hot as hell. I'm going to show you what mine look like.
Oh, they look
gorgeous. See, the center is kind of like sunk a little bit, which is exactly what you want. So I'm going to let them kind of cool before I turn one of them out, or else I'll burn myself.
And mine are going to take a couple more minutes because they're in the larger ramekin. So just at the end of the day, what you're looking, especially with baking, is the fact that it's done all the way through. So a lot of variables can change how long that takes. So you said 15 minutes. It depends all on the temperature of your oven. If it is true to 425, it depends on how big your ramekins are. It depends on how much batter you put in. There's a lot of variables that change how long it takes for your bake to actually bake. So just look at what he was saying is if it seems solid, there's a film on the top. It seems like it's cooked through and it's starting to sink down a little bit. Then you know it's done. And then you should take it out of the oven. But obviously it all depends on a ton of variables, whether or not it's ready to be taken out.
Yes. And again, these are molten cakes. So the center is going to be a little bit runny. Obviously, there's going to be that caramel inside. So these are a little bit more, I would say, forgiving. But regardless, you still want to make sure, like Chris was saying, they are cooked through.
I think mine might be almost done.
So while you check on yours, I'm going to show everyone. So I went ahead and turned one of mine out onto carefully turned it out onto a plate. You'll see how it comes out. You should see this little divot. This was it turned upside down. The caramel is already coming out. It looks so good.
That looks so good.
And this is totally optional, but I take a little bit of powdered sugar and just dust it on top, a la, Salt Lake City. I wanted some snow effect look. And this is what it should kind of look like. little bit of caramel coming out. It should look super tasty. When you cut it, it should kind of ooze out like this did. Oh my God, look at that. I feel like this is food porn.
Oh, that looks so good.
That's the caramel all right there. You'll make sure you see the cake is so fully cooked through, but that's just the little bit of caramel that comes out. Oh my God, I want to eat it, but it's like so hot. Oh no, this is so good.
Is it good?
It's really good, you guys.
I'm so jealous. I'm jealous you're eating it.
But it's so hot, it's like burning my mouth.
Okay, I'm gonna do the flip out on camera.
Oh, you're gonna do yours out on camera? Oh my God, I hope yours turns out. Oh yeah, you want it, like, you can see right now what Chris is doing. So he's using a knife. I totally did not show you guys that, but you use a little bit of a knife to make sure that all of the edges are sort of pulled out. Obviously use butter to make sure it comes out easier, but the knife trick really helps.
Yes.
Oh my God, so
you just want to
yummy.
give yourself every opportunity to make sure I need another one. To make sure that like it'll come out effortlessly. Oh my God, here we go. A little cracked on the top.
Oh my God, it looks so good.
Oh my God, there we go. Look at that.
You nailed it. Literally, where's Nicole Byer? Where's everyone? You nailed it.
Hashtag
So good.
Thank you.
It looks so good.
So a little fun thing about us both, he's for sure the baker in this platonic online relationship. Like, I am not a baker at all, so I'm very proud of myself with this.
Isn't it so good?
It is so good. It's very hot, but it is so hot. Here's the thing about a cake like this. You're getting the savoriness of the chocolate. You're getting it's bitter because it's dark chocolate. You're getting the sugar, obviously, which I should put some powdered sugar on this. You're getting sugar just obviously in it and through the chocolate, but then you're also getting the salty notes from the salted caramel. So it really feels like a well-balanced dessert.
Oh, it's such a good dessert to make, and it's honestly really easy. I know that it's taken us a long time here, but we've obviously been chatting and drinking and gabbing about these new Housewives. Oh my God, Chris is gonna die. So
it's very hot.
I know it's really hot, but this is something that I think is very easy for beginners. As you can see, it didn't require a lot of my recipes that I make require KitchenAid, stand mixers, hand mixers. This didn't require any of that, so it's very simple. It seems very elegant and chic. So I think it's something that you can easily do at home. The ingredients are very simple.
We're trying to show you guys things that you can easily do as you're watching your favorite shows. And I think that's one of the reasons why we really wanted to start this thing. And everyone loves a molten lava cake. And so it's a fun spin on that. And
everyone does.
It's a lot easier than a lot of people think it is.
I had a lot of fun doing this, Chris.
Me too.
You know, I know this was our first show. Like we said, Chris and I have never actually physically met. We met via Instagram. We thought this was a fun idea. So I've enjoyed it. I would love to continue this series. We would love to hear your opinions and thoughts. You can DM us.
Yeah, let us know. That's if there's a fun show you want us to react to, if there's a type of cocktail that you want to learn how to make, or a baked dish, or even a savory dish that you want to be walked through, or that you think would be fun for something like this, let us know. Reach out to either one of us on DM, and we can definitely add it to our agenda.
Stay tuned and let us know what else you want to see us make.
But it's been really fun. Thank you for joining me, Weston.
Thank you. This was super fun. I can't wait to do the next one.
Same here. And I'm weirdly a little tipsy, so I'm going to clean my kitchen and go to bed.
I'm just as tipsy, but this is my normal state. So thanks everyone for joining.
I love it. Thank you guys.